I want to welcome you back to Black Site, and tonight we're going to talk about the World Health Organization in the pocket of the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party. The head of the World Health Organization, Tedros, is from Ethiopia. Within this country, he was the foreign minister at one time of a socialist party. And during this pandemic, early in this pandemic, he goes to China and sides with the communist regime. As you see him walking in this picture right now, he's buck dancing and ready to bow down to Xi Jinping. If you want to know why he's bowing down, China is one of the biggest supporters of Ethiopia and projects within that country. And you see that the World Health Organization went around talking about how well China did in containing the virus when we knew they knew about the virus in late December. This is why the Chinese government went on to jail so many doctors and kill so many of them for trying to tell the world and warn the world about the truth. The World Health Organization, like so many other organizations connected with the UN, does no good for the world population. There's an investigation that was going on about the World Health Organization in which they spent more money on travel than on programs. This is what we're dealing with this organization. And President Trump yesterday confronted the World Health Organization like he has confronted so many organizations by saying we will investigate this organization and Tedros for the job they did during this pandemic. Tedros was extremely angry, and the World Health Organization, when President Trump was the first world leader to stop travel from Wuhan, China. When he said stop the travel, Tedros and so many others in the mainstream media said it was racist. But if Trump did not stop that travel, if you think this pandemic is ravaging America now, what do you think if it would have went on for 2 or 3 weeks more of Chinese people coming into America? This would have devastated this country beyond recognition. But the World Health Organization seems to don't care about the United States. The United States gives 23% of their budget to the World Health Organization, approximately $401 million. Rightfully so, the United States only has to pay, realistically, $111 million. But we give more because we want people across the world to get the proper health care that's needed. Tedros is a dangerous man. He needs to be held accountable for his actions. And I think the Trump administration, along with Congress, needs to hold the World Health Organization and so many of these organizations that basically do nothing for the amount of money that we constantly give them. You notice that people like Anthony Fauci, Bill Gates, and so many others support the World Health Organization. Why would you support an organization that does nothing, a political organization, just like the United Nations, who put China on a humanitarian committee, the Chinese government, who was killing their own people? We have reports coming out of China right now saying that they were putting old people who are on ventilators alive to be cremated. This is the CCP, the arrogance of this government. But we, the United States, must hold them accountable. And we should hold Tedros accountable. There are people across the world who are complaining about Tedros. And now he's telling that China and the United States should come together during this pandemic, when China was the one behind this whole world crisis in which you see hundreds of thousands of people catching this virus. I'm saying, excuse me, millions of people catching this virus and hundreds of thousands dying from this virus because of China. You will hear no apologies from China. China's celebrating that they have beaten the virus, but they have spread Chernobyl across the world. And they seem not to care. They seem not to care so much that the British brought products, testing kits from the CCP, and what did they find out? They were defective. And I'm not surprised. The CCP is trying to make profit off of a virus that they started. They are actually sitting back laughing at the world and possibly enjoying what they're seeing in the United States. This is sad to see. But we have to hold them accountable. And let me tell you something, if one person is going to hold the World Health Organization accountable, that's President Trump. They hoping that he don't get reelected because they're going to have hell to pay. Because Trump is going to go to the G7 meeting that's coming to America this summer and tell them, if you don't hold China accountable, what do you expect for them to do next? What terrorist activity do you expect them to do? This is sad. Tedros should resign. The World Health Organization needs to be cleaned out, and we shouldn't send them another dollar until we see proper reforms to this organization. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, and share this video.